Hey everyone, it's Xant. So, the new patch just came live, and I'm going to take a look and see what came in through it. Now, something I noticed when I was logging in was something about premium materials, and it's right there. Collect 8 premium material to get an exchange medal, and you can trade it. See, unfortunately, this patch just dropped now, so, yeah, there's still no info about the event that's gone live. But let's take a look here and see if they've added the exchange gacha in. So there's the bonus coin capsule. The AI. It's probably this thing. Oh, is this the F91 in the Blitz? Or the Buster? I think this is it. Did we finally... So they changed it from a login bonus to this? Oh, that's so cool. F91, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Where is it at? Alright, Buster. Okay, so this is it. Oh, that's hype. Okay, not bad shot attack. What about your weapon, though? So I guess I'm going to be reviewing these as well while I'm here. This video just got way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Buckle up, gentlemen. We're going to be here a while. Oh, no way. Oh, shit, what's the stats? Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. And what's their base? 4-star. Alright, this is going to be wicked sweet. Alright, so, first off, we're going to do what I normally do, and we're going to hit up the welfare, because welfare is pretty important to talk about. So, oh yeah, if you have any leftover coins from the previous event's gacha, you can trade them in this shop here. Pretty cool. I like that they gave you a reason to actually roll other than parts. People complained a lot about it, but it's better than nothing. So, Hazel. Hazel. Okay. What about your trait? Shot spread. Okay, shot spread's really not that useful unless you're using like a submachine gun. But even that, shot spread's not really something that's really useful. The stats aren't terrible on it. You know, it's a 3-star. Can't really expect a lot. Shoulder grenade launcher. Double barrel break action. DB+. Okay. Okay. At max value, DB+. Okay. That's not too bad. That looks like it'd be a pretty decent skill. So I guess out of all the parts, it's a lot like the Gujian, where you want the chest. The arms. Melee crit boost. Melee crit's not bad to actually get a boost for. Unfortunately, the arms have excessively lackluster stats on melee attack. Doesn't even break 1,000. Not very good at all in my opinion. The legs. Alright. Subarm unit. 2 beam rifles. Okay. DB+. Not bad. Stats are 3-star stats. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna regret clicking on this backpack, aren't I? Okay. Shield booster. Awakening. Of course, it's a really good backpack, and because you're actually able to max out the skills on it, that actually... Okay, so when it comes to the parts on a Gundam, the back has technically the least impact on your machine. You mostly want it for the trait or the skill that's attached to it. So in this case, even though you're losing out on the stats due to the fact that it's a 3-star, the fact that you can max its EX skill and Awakening to give yourself those buffs is amazing. Right, you just get a flat melee boost, speed boost, physical resist boost. Like that's really, really good for a welfare part, in my opinion. The stats obviously aren't great, but they don't really have to be when they're boosting by 1%. Right, the backpack should be that cherry on top to your machine. Word tag, yeah, long range Federation. As I've said in a previous video, word tags, Whoa, why does it have 2 shields? Hold up. Buff EX skill effect? Huh. Like, I guess that technically syncs with the Awakening. And what's this other one? Is it just a different version of the shield? Yeah, okay, so it gives you 2 shield versions. One that has a trait, one that has an EX. Whew. A- and C-? Yo, hold on. What? That's crazy on a welfare. Wow. Okay, so on the Hazel, this shield that has the EX skill looks really, really good. Those are some crazy stats on it in terms of its power and pierce. The shield booster itself, the other shield, the sibling shield here, with the EX skill effect up, pales in comparison. Wow, okay, and the beam rifle, the last thing. Should have checked it earlier, but... Okay, 3-star shot attack. Middle shooter, special shot damage output boosted. It's a flat boost, could be a lot worse, but it's not really that amazing. Yeah, no, special shot... My special shot right now, when I did the last, like, difficult mission, was hitting about 300 change or something like that. So increasing it by 20 points, that's less than 10% of a boost. I'd rather just go for something that has viciously high stats or something that boosts my shot by 1% or something. So the gun, not really good. So on this, the shield with the EX skill, the backpack are just mwah. The legs look like they have a pretty okay skill on them, but there's a lot of really good EX skills in some other legs. For a welfare, this is actually a pretty good machine. It has 2 really good parts on it, and a lot of EX skills, so not bad actually, considering the welfares we've had recently. Yeah, we have our emblems, we have the gears. Okay. So, you can get, just from the shop, 5 capsule medals, which means 5 pulls from that guaranteed 4-star gacha we saw with the F91 and the Buster. So that's really cool. That's really cool of them. I'm wholly in support of that. Wow, that's... I really wish people would just recognize that this is really nice of them to do instead of just chewing it out, but I already know what's gonna happen, let's be real. Okay, so... what else do we have here? Well, I guess let's take a look at the gacha machines, because that's the other reason people come here for, right? Rate up. Earthree and the Legilis. Oh wow, they capitalized the whole thing. Okay, so the head. That's some pretty decent shot attack on it. D-D. Yep, it's a Vulcan. Okay. Chest. 40% or more, buff EX skill effect by 22. Okay. Hopefully it has some EX skills that work well with it, because otherwise it seems kind of lackluster, I guess. Usually I think chest should either have an offensive EX skill or something that boosts like a job license skill, like special shot or something, but that's just because chests are typically just used for armor, so you'd kind of want to be picking a good class based on the armor that you're using. So if it's suited for, like, let's say outfighters or infighters, right, you're going to want a chest armor that reflects that kind of play style. You know, if the stats are more balanced out, the armor is going to be lower, but it means you get a higher general stat pool in your machine, and if it has a trait that further boosts that, that's kind of what you want to be looking for. It's a little hard to explain, but in general, I find that out of all the parts, because like I said before, the backpack is very impact light on most parts, so you have a little more freedom with choosing a backpack. But after that, it's like the legs and the torso. Like, the most important parts of your suit are your head, your arms, and then your weapons, right? And then after that, it just comes down to your EX skills and stats. Anyways, let's keep going. Chest isn't too bad, I guess. 15% chance of attacks penetrating super armor. So super armor is like stagger, right? Like, let's say someone's attacking you and you hit them and they don't stagger, they had super armor, right? This doesn't, as far as I'm aware, this doesn't mean shielding, because it would say it pierces shield. But anyways, that's a really cool trait. The melee attack is a little low though for a 4-star. It definitely seems to be more rounded out towards being a defensive type machine for whatever reason. And that worries me, because it's a speed type. A speed type defensive just seems really odd. It's cool that it can pen though, that's nice. When attacking with beam long shot, attack raised 20%. Okay. Okay. It doesn't look too bad. I really hope the rest of its parts kind of play into this, because this seems to be kind of all over the place. Yeah, Cougar Rush, D, B+, typical, okay. That's... wow, that's really not much. So, I guess the penetration works well with the legs that have the bonus to long shot, because if you're a shooter with this, then you have a chance to pierce super armor when they're dashing at you or something and potentially stop a attack or something like that. Because remember, right, infighters, when they dash at you, have armor, so being able to pierce that and interrupt them would be helpful. It is only 15%, it's not something crazy, but if it was crazy, you just kind of nullify the entire advantage of an entire job license, which isn't fair anyways, so some balance. Some balance. Okay, 3,100 melee attack, not too bad. When armor is 40% or more, melee damage reduced by 35. That's at level 10 though. Level 1, it's going to be so minimal, it's not going to matter. And actually the same goes for the chest piece that increases the buff skill. It's going to be such a minimal thing at level 1, it's not really going to be that impactful. Okay, and the beam rifle. So 3,173 shot attack and charge shot, DB+. Okay. Not bad. A little low on the stats, but I guess the EX skill makes up for it, right? And the shield. Beam range weapon magazine boosted. So that just means you have more shots per clip than you regularly would, so you reload less. I don't really think that's that big of a deal. Then again, I have Amoros, so my reload speed's kind of fast, but anyways. Is there any more parts, or is that the whole enchilada? That's it. Okay. So, out of the entire Earthree, there's really nothing that stands out. Like, the beam rifle looks pretty cool, I guess. I'd have to see how good the charge shot is, but if it's as good as the previous gun that we had that had the same kind of setup, low melee, but a good skill, I have no complaints. I think really other than that, though, like the arms sound really cool on paper with penetrating super armor, but they have such low melee stats, it seems like something you'd want to put on a long shooter instead. Just seems really weird. I guess it is kind of more of a shooter machine than anything, but the stats don't... they just pale in comparison to other shot machines that we've had in the past, so it just seems kind of a waste the way that they distributed the skills on this. But I'd say for this machine, the arms have a really cool EX skill. I don't know if it's worth rolling for them specifically or not. And the gun has a really cool skill with decent stats on it, so I'd say that's a pretty good part. Again, I don't know if it's really worth like targeting or anything, but if you get it, it's pretty cool. Now on to the Legilis. This thing's pretty baller looking, so no, I want to start with the head first, not this chest crap, come on. Clicked just too slow. With rifle category, projectile speed. Man, you just have to break my heart, don't you? And it has pretty much the same shot attack as the Earthree. So did we just get two shoot-based machines, this gacha? Is that what this is? The chest has the buster beam, yep. A and D, normal spread. Okay. Stat distribution, okay. That seems like really high armor. Okay. Cool. Cool. Arms, the beam Vulcan, yep. Yeah. A minus D, okay, 11 shots. You can move while firing, that's cool. That's cool, okay. Stats. Ooh. I guess it's because it's all focused on the fact it has an EX skill. Okay. Okay. So yeah, two shooter-based machines. This one seems to be just initially better than the Earthree. That's just because it just seems to have a better kit available to it. Let's see what happens with the rest of the parts though, because they'll come tumbling down if the other few parts are bad. EX skill CD reduced with saber equipped, so you need to have a very specific melee weapon for this to do anything. This could be very handy. Again, like I've said this in the past, right? If you have skills that have a low CD a very high CD, this would be really useful for you. But at level 1, it's a very minimal boost. It's going to be, what, like 8% or something like that? So less than 10% reduction. So if you have a 50-second cooldown, that's less than 5 seconds. Up to you if you think it's really worth it or not. I don't think it is. So you might want to try to find a different set of legs. But if you're looking to complete the machine, I can't blame you. It looks sleek, like I said in the past. Then we have the cannon attached to the tail. Yep. A and D. So again, just another good backpack. It's surprising that the Earthree's backpack had that Cougar Rush skill, which is like a melee thing, but it's not a melee type machine. So even though it has a cool EX skill and it would do well on a melee machine, it wouldn't do well if you had the entire Earthree. It just seems weird. Anyways, this works well with the Legilis because it's a beam-based weapon, and this seems to definitely be a beam-based shooter machine, so cool. With technique, what's that? Initial boost of 20%, so 8% at level 1. Okay, shot attack. I don't really like the trait on that. I don't find initial CD really that convenient, as I've said before. The gun looks neat. It's got okay stats. Okay. And the last one, the shield. The shield. The bits, of course. A and D. Funnels are just naturally really good because they can clip. They do good damage. So if you get your hands on this shield, great. You're gonna have a lot of fun. Man, so the Legilis has a really cool shield, has a really cool backpack, kind of a middling rifle. Yeah, the legs were also kind of lackluster on it. The arms have a cool skill on them. The head has decent shot attack on it, and the chest obviously has the Buster Beam, which is baller. So that's all in all, I think the Legilis is actually a pretty solid machine considering all the other machines we've been getting recently, where it's lackluster and it doesn't really make me that surprised. So, I think the Welfare had the best spread on an EX skill. It lacks the raw stats to make effective use of it, but it has like the best distribution of power and pierce. So, it's what it is. And like the last event, yeah, we have that same 15 coin capsule thing, okay? On to the pilots. Okay. Haman Karn. That is, yeah. Okay. Job gauge increase. Okay. So when you select your job license, you get your job gauge. This just increases the gain by 17%. That's not bad. That's not bad. The stats are at least good. So I'm going to say Haman is nice, and a long shooter too. That's a pretty nice pickup if you get your hands on her. Nice. So they didn't really screw her over or anything. Could have been a cooler trait, but way better than what we've been getting recently. And Yazel, yeah, he's got the spread of a 3-star, 20% chance not to recoil. Okay. So like most 3-star pilots, he's not terribly outstanding. Like there's a couple, like Celine, who has a stupidly high shot attack for a 3-star at like 1100 or something like that. And then Kigali with 800 plus being a mid shooter, so she just gets absolutely like great stat spread, and she's free, so you can EX her, right? Get her EX to 10, just nice. So Yazan's very standard, one of those, if you like him, roll for him. If not, you're not missing out, but Haman's pretty good. Really hope I get her with my capsule tickets next month. Okay. So, two machines I didn't think I'd be looking at today. Okay, so the F91. MEP. Now, just so you know, I haven't done any actual like reading into these things, so I don't know what any of these do, unlike my normal like post-release reviews where I kind of have an idea at least about the machine. Okay, so it's a limit break. They totally typoed and left a space in between the apostrophe and the S, but okay. Speed, melee, yeah, they just misformatted this entire thing. Melee, shot, speed, yeah, okay, so that's a cool buff. Cool buff. And it has decent shot attack on it. Nothing like the dual assault shroud at 3k plus, but that was just off the wall. So the head's pretty cool. Chest with saber category equipped EX skill damage flat boost. Okay, so this is one of those skills that benefits funnels because funnels do relatively low damage and they spray a lot. So something like this would really like rack up your damage if you got. Okay, pretty okay armor. Oh, pretty good armor I should say, because I think it's like 1100 typically for purple. So the hands with bazooka category equipped, special shot power boosted by 30%. So that's a lot of damage, and it has the shield attached to it too. Okay, melee attack, defense, yeah, but it's because there's a shield built in. Okay, cool. I'm not... let's see what the rest of the machine's like before I make any judgments. Spinning saber, AD, spin both hands to mow them down, melee defense down, cool. Alright. VSBR. It's the backpack. AD 7 shots. Wedge the cannon on your back and fire. You can move while firing. Cool. So that looks like just another really good backpack. I'm not even surprised anymore. Like, I've just run out of surprise to have. Beam saber with rifle category equipped. Damage boosted by 35. Okay. The F91 is like a shooter machine, so boosting your melee damage really doesn't mean much. So I guess if you equip that onto another machine though, that could be kind of useful, but it doesn't seem like a lot of damage to really make it worth it. And me being the idiot I am, hit back twice, so just let me catch back up to where I was. Okay. So actually I might as well go back over the F91 parts while I'm doing this. So the head, really cool. That's really nice if you get your hands on it. The chest, not too bad. The trait leaves some to be desired, but it has good armor value on it. The hands, it seems like a very niche thing because not a lot of people have like a natural 4-star bazooka. If you do, cool. This might actually help you a lot because it's percent-based damage increase. But I wouldn't recommend going out of your way to get it. The legs, yeah, pretty cool. You reduce melee defense, do some damage, not bad. The back, again, amazing, so if you get it, cool. You're doing hot fire. The beam saber, it's not really useful on this machine. It'd be nice on a melee machine, I guess, but it depends on how much damage you're doing and whether that, whatever, I guess it's going to be 20 odd damage is worth it. Because you're going to get it EX1, right? Not EX10. Initial EX skill charge boost. I don't know how useful that skill actually is. It's not useful to me at all. 3.1k. So if you like the trait, it's a pretty good rifle. If you don't, it's not really. Oh, okay, that's the F91 has the rocket. Okay, bazooka class. EX skill power boosted by 30%. Not bad. It's a flat percent boost, so okay. So the head's good, the bazooka's good, the backpack's good. I'd say the rest is if you get it, okay. Like if you get the arms, they're not that bad either, but if you don't get them, you're not really not missing much, frankly. Buster head, the power attribute, self-shooting power boosted by 25%. That's... If it wasn't locked behind power, I would be in love with this head because it has decent shot attack and you just get like a nice boost, but because it's locked behind power, If you aren't aware, I tend to run neutral machines and I tend to do my videos from the perspective of someone that runs a neutral machine. So stuff that hides behind power, speed, or technique, I tend to not really like as much because that really restricts builds. Offense up, okay. And oh, that was melee attack? Melee and shot. Okay, so that's an amazing buff. Okay, so the chest is already pretty great. The head is great if you run a power machine. Arms, archer stance, that's more shot boost, yeah? Oh boy. Oh boy. That's scary. That's real scary. Anti-armor, okay. Yep. Fire. So just in case the Buster, the two guns on its back, one of them's a beam rifle, one of them's like a scatter shot shotgun, and it attaches them together, either the beam rifle at the front or the shotgun at the front, to do different things with it, and it can fire them individually. So this is most likely just using the shotgun on its own. At least that's what I'm assuming it's going to be. That's cool. You fire something forward and something backwards, and you just litter everything with bullets. DD. So it's, I guess that's more of just like a area of effect cover. Not too bad. The backpack. Shooting power. Shooting power boosted by 25%. Okay, so put this into perspective. You have the head that boosts your shooting power. You have the backpack that boosts your shooting power. You have the chest that gives you a buff to boost your shooting power. And you have the arms which get you a buff to boost your shooting power. If you manage to build the entire Buster, you have like almost 100% in boosts right there in just your passives. I guess your actives. That's mind-bogglingly good if you manage to get all the parts if you're a shooter. I need to get myself all these parts. All of them. Alright, let's take a look at the gun. Wow me. Just make my jaw drop. Okay, so you have even less shot attack than the other machines. B plus C minus, so it's more of a tight, contained spread than an A and a D. And most likely that's going to hit like a truck. Hyper Impulse long range sniper rifle. And it's a duration type. Oh, if only your shot attack was a little higher, I'd be really in love with you. But I guess if you put into consideration all the buffs that the other parts give, it doesn't even matter. Okay, if we're gonna be straight honest, the star of this entire friggin' thing, all the new stuff added, the Buster is just leagues ahead of everything else. It has all the cool buffs on it. It has amazing sync with all of its parts. It has a great looking EX skill, right? Like, yeah, of course, there are great EX skills in the other stuff as well, like the Legilis and whatnot, but it's just, this is all in a single machine. That's just, wow. Wow. And you can get it by just playing. That's the part that really gets me, and something I'm personally a big fan of. Now, there's a couple of things I wanted to check in the notices section. 4-star parts are up for grabs, premium materials campaign. So you get premium materials by participating in the event, for each event I should say, and as you get 8, you can get a 4-star part of your choice. So, this event, we get 2 from our logins. The next event, I assume the same thing. The event after that, and so on and so forth. And once you get 8, so after every 4 events every month, you get a free 4-star part. And if you get 6, you can get the entire Sanaka pool 3-star. Now, here's something I just want to talk about real quick to anyone that watches my videos. You may know that I'm very vocal when it comes to defending this game's slow crawl from the ground up. People keep bitching about how hard it is to get 4-star parts, how unfair the RNG and the gacha is, and all that stuff. And I keep telling everyone, be patient, let them work on it. Because if you've been paying attention since the game has launched, they've done really well in terms of pushing themselves forward as a game and a company. Right? The first events were terrible grind fests. If you didn't get something from the gacha, you were screwed. There was nothing you could do. And they started slowly seeping rewards into other things than the shop. So you got it through completing missions, point ladders, special missions, things like that. Things that anyone could complete with a little bit of investment of time or good relief. And I keep seeing people complain, you know, why can't they just give us more 4-star parts? Why can't they just increase the rates and so on and so forth? And I keep saying, give it time. 4-star parts, as much as they are technically game breaking because of how high the stats are compared to 3 stars, you have to give the devs time to figure this out, because clearly they're new to this. Like, if we're going to be serious, this is like the B team of their development side, right? You can tell from like the beginning, they're just, all their practices are very introductory, very passe, old stuff you'd see games doing to monetize and, you know, get their mobile game going. And as time has gone on, they spread it out so free-to-play players have an easier time collecting stuff. You may disagree with me. That's perfectly fine, and I get that. But when I see things like the, you roll the gacha, you get a coin. 15 coins guarantees you a 4-star part. It's not ideal, but it's a step in the right direction. And then I see stuff like this. Just play the events. You don't even have to do well in them. You just have to log in. And as long as you log in, they will reward you with 4-star parts after a while. They're baby steps forward, but it's still progression. And I think as a community, we kind of need to sit down and look at that and realize that, yeah, they may not know what to do out of the gate, and yes, it may be tiresome and tedious to have to put up with dealing with it, but they're trying. They are working for it. You know, people hate Bamco out of the gate because, oh, they shut down this past game and blah, 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 whatever. I don't care. Those are those games. This is this game. Sure, you can always draw a pattern from it, but I always give the game a chance to breathe before you absolutely just destroy it, right? And we've given this game time to breathe, and look at what's happened. We're slowly getting way better stuff for free to play. Anyways, that's all that out of the way. So, with that, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I feel like I've talked enough. My throat is dry. I want to go get a water. I don't think there's anything else that really needs to be talked about during this event. I've gone over all the new content, all the stuff that's been added with this. Oh, right. I've actually created a Discord server. If you want to join it, I'll put the link in the description. I've set it up so whenever the game company releases their updated asset files and stuff like that, the leaks, the bot that I have in that server will automatically post it. So if you want to join the server, if anything, just to keep an eye out for leaks and stuff, go right ahead. Anyways, with that, I'll wrap up. See you in the next video, guys. Peace.